Okay, so we have a patient here that has a need for a 20 gauge catheter for blood transfusion and return, so we can draw labs to figure out what we can get for him. So we're gonna do a pre-assessment before we use the ultra drape. It looks like this is a pretty good spot right here next to this bruise. I'm gonna use that as my marker. As I go forward, it's a pretty straight line this way. Now if I go straight in the arm, look what happens. If I go up the arm, parallel to the arm, you're going to see that vein shifting to the left. That means the vein is going this way, so I'm going to angle the probe just a little bit to the left. So instead of going this way, the vein is actually going a little bit this way. And that way when I insert with my needle, I'm going to get a straight vector of the vein itself. We're going to look at the valves to make sure we're not going to occlude. I'm not overly concerned, but it'll be a good reason to assess, good excuse to assess. The patient does not need this for longevity, just needs a quick transfusion, but here we go. A possible valve here at that bulbular structure. I'm going to try to see if I can find the leaflets. Maybe not. Non-bulbular, it's pretty linear. There's a leaf. So we got a valve right about there.
So how did you get into this?
Well, I was in the ER and I started poking a bunch of people and I got really good at it. And so they called me to start placing more lines, and I started becoming the go-to guy to put in lines, and I enjoyed getting it in one stick, so I don't have to poke the patients a bunch of times. So keeping the patients happy and keeping other nurses happy, I got a high off of that, and so I just got better and better over time. Made it a goal to be the best. Almost there. So this is center up with where the valve is. You can see the leaflet at the bottom. So we got a leaflet at the bottom here. I'm gonna mark that. So this is valve number 1. We're gonna keep going up. We got valve number 2 maybe. Let's see. I wonder if they come in 2s naturally. Yeah, that's definitely number 2 right there. So we're gonna center it up here. And that is also, yeah, you can see the 2 leaflets right there. On the bottom there. Yeah, 2 leaflets, so the valves are very close to each other. So we may need to actually insert and draw blood from further up so we don't get obstructed at that site. Which I'm kind of glad I looked. Is that a valve? Is that bulbular? Yes, there's a leaflet right there. So another valve here. I don't think we're going to be able to avoid the valves here. I'm looking. Make it up. Actually see it.
Aren't you glad it doesn't bother me to be stuck?
Well, aren't you glad that I only need 1 try?
You're a big flirt, aren't you?
Of course. And then another one over here. That's another valve. Okay. So here are all our valves. 2, 3.